What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and comment down below if you're excited for Star Wars on May 3rd, because it seems like the next content update we will be getting for VR is going to be the May 3rd update. The Airbender stuff will be leaving the game, and I think we'll be getting a Star Wars collab as well. So I know people are tired of Star Wars in the Fortnite community, but I think people are also tired of people running from them using the airbending. So it'll be interesting to kind of see where people lie on that. Like if they're more excited for airbending to leave, or they're kind of just sad that Star Wars is coming. I think I landed Grim Gate last of these videos I made. I know I've landed here a lot, but just for this bus, it seemed to be the best location, I think, in terms of like a spot where a lot of people are going to be. So we actually have a decent landing for this top chest. Hopefully people still contest it. One thing that can be a decent learning point is if this top chest is very contested, then fighting for it can be rough. So this guy saw that I was getting it. I had best drop. He had second best drop. He still went for it. But if there was like a player with like third, fourth, fifth best drop still going for that chest, that's where I feel like you're kind of just like griefing by doing so, and you're better off just like dropping. And there is loot that spawns in these little top buildings. So if you get a clean drop for that chest like this player did, he got the chest, he got the kill, you can break these like little side roof things and get some more loot. And there's 4 barrels underneath him as well. If it's very chaotic when you're getting the chest, I think you just try to grab it and then jump down into that green water. But this player can just kind of stick up here because it was kind of free. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a shotgun, but he does have the deagle, which like you kind of can make work as a shotgun in the sense that like it'll do a lot of damage in one shot. Just a lot more difficult to hit a shot with close range. I think my crown is griefing him right now. I tried to like back up to the point where it would like drop where he could get it. What the heck? Oh my god, Spectator is bugged. You probably think he's cheating right now, but I think that was just Spectator is that broken at the moment. Holy. That Aang he killed did drop a Gatekeeper shotgun. I think you definitely want to get that because the deagle can work. I was going to say the deagle can work, but you don't want to have to make it work, especially in the stairwell like that. And I think this person got the Gatekeeper. Okay, never mind. I was going to say I think the person he killed dropped a purple one, but there's just an extra. I think this person's trying to bait the barrels. And it is not going well for them, I think. They trade. Didn't this happen the last time I made a video here? I think genuinely the same exact thing happened where I landed Grim and I was like, I go Grim a lot for these, but it's usually pretty populated and I want to spectate somebody active. And then some stuff happened and people traded, and then I ended up spectating who knows what across the map. I'm on board with Rexify here. He does have Sparkle Specialist, so I'm going to keep spectating him. He's looting like a somewhat secluded location, and I think he's going to have like a somewhat boring game. We'll see. Classy is one of my favorite POIs. Probably my favorite POI on this map in terms of just like playing out the POI and fighting it, but I feel like no one really goes to this location or like kind of this area on the map. I feel like every time I land over here, I have like a somewhat boring game. And it was nice because the NPC here sold shockwaves at this graveyard, but with the recent update, they changed the NPCs, and now that lady's over here. And the person at that graveyard doesn't really sell much. Guy's got an interesting loadout here. Let's see if he's gonna like maybe drop something for that burst, because if I'm using the pump, I really want to use the burst. Burst is just like a great weapon in general. Okay, yeah, I think this is like more in line with what I'd want to do. No, 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 you don't want to pump firebend, man. What are you doing? It can work, but like just kind of cringe in my opinion. I'm sad that Demi like somehow traded with that guy though. I thought that Demi was just like hard losing that fight. I wonder what this guy's doing. He's going to like loot Classy, I think. So I might switch off of this player here, just because I think he's gonna have a very boring game. I think, like I already just talked about how I don't think this area is very populated. He landed at somewhere else to like third party Classy, so I don't really expect him to get into anything for a while. We can go on board with Chris. He's going to look to get the Grimgate medallion. The medallion is not on the ground right now. You see the medallion, how it's moving? That's because the boss has spawned in. And so if you see the medallion and it's moving around like that, it is the boss. Last season, it was very easy to tell the difference. If I was him, you want to kill this player that's fighting the boss. You don't want them to kill the boss. So I don't like this way he plays this. I would want to start this fight with this person while the boss is still alive. That way they can't just take the medallion and leave like this. But like he waited until that player killed the boss to actually like start fighting them. And then they just like the player takes the medallion and leave. They are getting attacked by another person. So it's stalled out here, but... Oh no. Brother. What was that? Again, like, I hope that was just spectator mode being bugged in some way. Like, I don't know what was happening. This player's just gonna back up and keep using cover and keep using right shoulder peek. This tree stump sucks, though. Like, that rock that's to his left would be a way better spot to be. He wins this. I think 100%. You have dashes, you have mythic. There you go. GG's. That was more rough than it needed to be. I think he shot a bit too early. You want to let that person get a little bit closer, but it is what it is. The burst is insane. I'm like jinxing people left and right, I feel like, though. Because I thought the Poseidon we were just spectating had the freest kill ever on this Nolan, but I guess not. Another person shooting him in the back. I feel like once you get the medallion here, you want to just leave. Like, you see this player's loot is like pretty shambles. They have like okay stuff, but they don't have heals and they don't have utility. I just want to take my medallion and get out of here. Especially, like, I've talked about this so many times, but one of the advantages you have of Grim Medallion is that your dashes will regen over time. And so you will have more dashes than anybody you fight, pretty much, right? Because it'll just keep coming back. It doesn't really matter that much in this area because you see that player there. It's very easy for them just to hit green water and replenish their dashes. So, like, the advantage of having the medallion really isn't even that significant while you're in this area. Still gets the kill, but I feel like that was played not the greatest. No shield. There's barrels in the building to his left, and then also there's like a boathouse down there with slap barrels in it. I don't even know if that's a human, to be honest. This person he is fighting, I don't know what's going on here, man. I'm very confused. I think both the things shooting at him are AI. So if I was him after killing that Ryan person, I would have gone and looted this building over here and then this stuff over here, and then there's a pad as well, which you get to maybe take the fencing and buy some shockwaves, and then your game is like solid again. You're full health probably, or very close to it. You're gonna get some shockwaves at fencing. You see this player has max gold, and then you'll probably find some heals along the way as well. Maybe Medusa NPC gives them to you, whereas like now this player is still just like perpetually shambles in Grim Gate. For what reason, I don't know. You see they end up leaving anyways. They're probably going to end up going to the place that I talked about anyways. There's shockwaves. It's huge. Gonna get cabbages for that 5 health. He also could have just gotten the water. I can't tell if he has airbending or water. I think it's actually airbending. Never mind. I don't know the logos that well between them, but it sounded like air when he took it out a moment ago. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll see what this player's gonna do. Underworld buy it. Let's get beam. They should still get away here. Okay, I was about to say they're not sprinting with their airbending because you can sprint with it. I don't like sprinting with it constantly though, because I do like to have my sprint like usable if like I do have to be in a situation where I have to fight. But like, there's definitely times where utilizing sprint with it is nice. Gonna get this slurp truck, I think. He still needs heals, and they could use some more shocks as well. They only have 4. So far, this point in the game, though, I would be surprised if this player wins the match because it just seems like they've been very indecisive whenever anything happens. Oh, he's going for the bunker, I think. That's another thing. I didn't even think of that when I was talking about going fencing, but yeah, there is a bunker that spawns over here as well, which if it spawns would be nice. And so he ends up going fencing and he ends up going over here anyways. But he could have just done all this a bit sooner. I feel like, and had it be a bit safer if he left after getting that first kill. That he barely got away with on like the side of Grim Gate. There's a car driving up. He's gonna hide in the bunker here. Although this can work for sure, but I find it unlikely that player will be surprised that he's here because he has a medallion and they have like the indicator on their screen. And like he's been here for a while. So that's like G-Wagon should know like the medallion player is going for that bunker. Are they driving away? They're going to drive the G-Wagon in, I think. I thought that's what they were doing initially, but... They threw a shield bubble. That way he can't get a shot on them. That's actually very good. They're able to check that. If I was that Aphrodite, though, I'd want to, like, just jump and hit him. Like, I don't know. If someone's playing ratty like this in the bunker, the element of of surprise is their biggest thing. I wonder if he saw them or not. I'm pretty sure he did. Oh, no. That is so unfortunate. I thought they threw the shield bubble and then, like, kind of checked that area. Because you know how you can, like, kind of check something without fully going around the corner? Because you can kind of see the person, like, in between the gap of the gold and the wall. There's somebody else walking above them. I feel so bad for that Aphrodite, man. There's so many shocks there, too. Which if this player wants to use airbending instead of shockwaves, that's fine. I didn't realize they had airbending earlier when I was, like, hard stressing about them getting shocks. For some reason, I thought it was a waterbending in their inventory. But I prefer shockwaves to the airbending. But, yeah. If you like airbending, I don't think that's the worst thing ever. So, I think that Aphrodite should have just drove the car into the bunker and then, like, fought him that way. Oh, the Aphrodite NPC is coming back to get revenge on the Aphrodite player. Get the kill. That's crazy. Again, I think if the Aang just drives the car in here, that seemingly the Aphrodite from before didn't know he was in here, but I think it was very obvious using like the context clues of the medallion on the map to know that that player was in here. I think that Aang should have like maybe hard committed to the fight more. I hear footsteps, but I think it's just the Aphrodite NPC. He's in zone, but he has medkits. He's fine. Like this is like not problematic at all, unless his like controller or something dies while he needs to medkit. I would just medkit here if I was him. I don't know why people are so intent on waiting until the last possible second. Like, it makes sense in, like, a competitive, like, heal-off setting. Okay, gets it off. But, like, you don't immediately start getting white from using the medkit. So if he mistimed that a little bit, it could have been rough. Okay. So I actually really, really like this. I don't really use the Mythic Gatekeeper often. I usually take a different one. That way I can get drum mag on it. But if I am going to use the Mythic Gatekeeper, I'm 100% using Burst as my follow-up weapon over a Warforged AR. Because the Burst is just like way better. You swap to it. It has like perfect hipfire with the laser sight. And it can almost like be a shotgun itself. Like honestly, I feel like the Burst might be a better shotgun than the auto shotgun at this point. So if I am like forced to use this 3-round mag one, I will definitely take the Burst as my follow-up weapon. And the fact that he's missing out on an AR, like, isn't ideal for range. GG's. That was the player we watched earlier who I said was going to have a pretty boring game. And I think I was right about that. He was out here with bunkers planted in the middle of the map trying to, like, fish. And then he gets headshot sniped. And I think if he had visual audio, he should have gotten visual audio that this Nolan was airbending. But maybe he didn't. The struggle is so real right now. It's unfortunate. He hit, like, the backside of it. Like that, yeah. Also, the spectator shows him not having a scope on his sniper, but you see here the first attachment slot is filled, so he has a scope. It's just like for some reason bugged in spectator. Spectator is like very, very messed up this season. What zone is. I would want to go island here. I think island is going to be pretty relevant in this zone. It might not be. We'll see in a few seconds. But with island being basically the center, I think island is going to be relevant in the next zone. So if you get island, you can, you know, just sit up there and flank down on people, fight them if they come up. And then also like have like the pad or the rifts there to rotate out when it eventually does go somewhere else. We'll see in 10 seconds though. My enjoyment of fighting island has increased a lot this season because of the dashes, and once I started using red dot on my AR, I feel like I like more consistently was beaming people out of the sky when they're landing on me. He's gonna rip away. I don't like this. If there was somebody on island, they could have just like beamed him pretty well. With him like slowly. Yeah, okay, there is somebody on island, but they just weren't paying attention, I guess. Also, like if you're gonna rift on the island, he was clearly choosing not to. But if you're gonna rift on the island, just like go for it. I feel like you don't like rift and then land there as quickly as possible and put a lot of pressure on the player there. Focus this. Okay, this is good. That player gets the kill anyways. This might be GG's for him. So this player gets a kill anyways, but the player we're currently spectating, the Hope, beamed somebody, and then that somebody put down earthbending, and then the Nolan we were spectating and was hard targeting the Hope. And I think that's a good thing because like the Hope is keying somebody or like getting on somebody they already have weak. So if you just focus the healthier player there, even if that healthier player dies before the other one, you still like have a healthy cleanup. Whereas if you focus the weak player, then you have the healthy player to contend with. So I think trying to get on that Hope was good. He just like, I don't know. I don't know if he didn't use his dashes or what. Like that definitely was just kind of played poorly. And that's what I was expecting to happen to that Nolan in every fight we saw them then. I just like did not feel comfortable watching them fight. I feel like he maybe should have dashed to the earthbending wall. That way he would have like had it as cover. But he like dashed like far away from any cover. And then just had like a damage trade fight and it did not go in his favor. Or maybe just tried to like spray the Hope with the burst and then dash on them because he had dashes. Like he can get in there at any time. Leave the medallion. 4 opponents remain. So island didn't get zone, but like you see that like you could have been on island for the rest of this zone and then just rifted in or padded in and then maybe like took advantage of like a third party opportunity. This zone is like pretty bad, I think. It's gonna be rough. If I was in this game, I would want to like try to get over towards like this part of Grim Gate as soon as it becomes playable. Hanging out in this area, I feel like is like chalked. It's very wide open, but there's also so much green water here that everyone's just gonna be able to spam dashes. And I don't think really anything is gonna happen for the next zone. It could, but like if people want to be weird and just like spam dashes and not fight, like that can definitely happen. Like the game can get stalled out a lot here. So I think just like trying to play zone is something I'd be more concerned about doing. If zone went like you see it's medallion player, if that's what zone was, then you could kind of like play this edge and try to like hold everybody, you know, with it being a pretty dead game. But with this being the zone, I think if someone gets to green water, it's very easy for them to just like buy time and live. And then also the airbending in the game kind of also contributes to that, where like it's pretty common for in-game just to have several players airbending around. I think he's kind of doing what I talked about, where he's just going to get deep into the side as it opens. And usually if you do that, you're like this player is probably the first person on this path since zone started moving. So like most of this is going to be uncontested, which is like good if there's a lot of people left alive. Or you don't think you're going to be able to end the game on that zone. Which like I would be surprised if the game ends on this zone. It might if people just get in the buildings and fight, but if people want to waste time here, they can. And usually if you give Fortnite players the ability to waste time, like they're gonna be taking advantage of that. 1v1v1. Normally in a 1v1v1, it's like hard to fight or do anything because you just get easily third partied, but it's like very easy to deal with being third partied, I think, in this zone with all the green water. The airbending. Next zone is kind of the same thing. Like I think I would want to play this maybe, or just get into the new area. But like it's hard to end the game when there's just green water up the middle of the zone, unless people mess up. But if people want to, okay, there's a guy in front of him. Can't really do anything with that though. He's just kind of playing the car, looking for an opportunity to do anything. But like being in the car like this makes it more difficult for somebody to engage on him and just like take advantage of timing and kill him based solely off timing. So that's why a lot of people use the cars like this, and like I myself do it as well. He could try to like trade snipes with this player, but he leaves himself vulnerable to the other one, and that's kind of always like the balancing act if it's a 1v1v1 like this. As you focus one player or put more into eliminating one player, you make yourself an easier target for the other one. And you see here, he's not getting anything out of this because that person's airbending. So if the other player was in a position to potentially take advantage of him looking at that other player, like things would have been bad. Especially like you guys know how Chapter 5 is. Snipers insta kill, water bending is there, like ARs kill very fast. Yeah, I think you focus this person because the other guy's just intent on airbending. I would want to kill that person right now. I would want to just like car fight them and get them out of the game. I would get out of the car, shoot them once, and then probably dash behind them and then fight them. Because this person, yes, they are currently airbending, but they were like all the way down there. It's hard for them to get back up until you have like a somewhat isolated time to fight this person. He gets the kill anyways, but that could have maybe gotten messy if this person started like coming to them as soon as he heard shots. Like not this time, but like if when they were on the edge before, if this person got in a like spot to potentially third party it, then that would have been better. Zone pulled far, but like unlimited dashes, so it's fine. He's gonna try to get ahead here, but I think he's going too early because like this spot right now sucks. Like it'll be okay when it opens up, but like right now this location is kind of terrible. I think maybe this terrain is actually beneficial. This terrain might be okay, but if like this top part it wasn't in, then getting there early kind of like greased you. Like I think he got there too early. Now he's having to go back. Like what is going on? If he was driving there right now, he would have caught this player in crossing. And like maybe this person snipes him on the way, but yeah. This is messy. I don't like, I feel like this is going to be a coin flip fight. You could do the double jump and then get up there. Yeah. I'd want to get here. That other player is going to beat him to it, I think. This is where shockwaves are nice. Like airbending is nice, but like this fight, like shockwaves would just be so much better to quickly reposition up that hill and then look back and fry him. He's going to airbend around. I think he should take this opportunity and like double jump. Yeah, like that. That's what I wanted him to do earlier. Only has 3 shots though. It's good that he got that reload. Reload again. Anytime you waste a shot like that and you get the opportunity to reload with the gatekeeper, you should take it. If the guy was pushing him, then he can't do the reload there. But like the guy wasn't pushing up it immediately. Being up here would be nice. But his dashes on like are in like perpetual, like he only has 1 dash because he keeps having to use it. Nice damage. Reload. I didn't see what the numbers were, but like it's some damage. Nice. Gets the kill. Or he gets the tag. He's gonna heal here. That player is gonna heal as well. Nice. Okay, that was good. What I was gonna say is he can maybe drink part of the big pot, reload a shotgun, and then dash on that person if they just chill behind this hut. Because like they both trade damage, but I feel like this hope is in a better opportunity to like do something with the fact that they got damage on that I don't know the name of that skin. Is it alien? Like the alien got damage as well, but he just has to like kind of sit there and do nothing. Whereas like the hope can easily just jump and do 1 dash or 1 double jump with the airbender and then like take advantage of that. And then probably their first shotgun shot is somewhat free because that alien has to reply to it, and that's like all they need to like potentially get the kill, but even then just make the fight winnable for them. But that's gonna be it for this video. Interesting game. If you guys enjoyed this, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.